Hey everyone, it's Sanni. So I'm doing the Samantha look from, not from Sex and the City, from Bewitched. So the actress Elizabeth Montgomery played Bewitched, and I really played Samantha in Bewitched. And I really wanted to start this tutorial out with kind of doing her iconic, the nose thing. And I practiced and I can't do it. It's really my mouth that moves. Hold on. No, it really isn't very good at all. Anyways, I grew up watching reruns of Bewitched, and I used to love Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought she was so pretty and so amazing. And this look is interesting because it's kind of like a conservative housewife version of the 60s makeup. So it's all about the eyebrows. Her eyebrows were very kind of pointed. I did mine pointed, but not to the degree that hers were, because on me it would look a little bit comical. So work with your own eyebrow shape, and then eyeliner and lashes, and the rest of the face is like really neutral and pretty and natural. So this is, yeah, like a conservative housewife version of the 60s makeup. So more wearable than, like, for example, Barbarella on a daily basis. But I mean, I love her, and one of you reminded me of that. I've been meaning to do this tutorial. I was answering comments yesterday, and she mentioned it, so I thought, actually, perfect time, let's just run with it now. I've been already researching photos of her before because I've been meaning to do this before. And I've got another iconic blonde coming up that I cannot wait to do, and that's a completely different kind of iconic blonde. But let me know as well what iconic blondes you'd like to see, and iconic brunettes. I think I can do brunettes. I don't have a brunette hair, but you know, I can try. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Laura Mercier's Silk Cream Foundation, and I am a medium ivory. You need the tiniest amount, and I love this for vintage looks because it gives excellent creamy coverage. And I'm just going to use the Real Techniques buffing brush to buff it all in. I'm not going to do my under eye concealer yet because I'm going to do eyes now, and then we're going to kind of clean up with the under eye concealer. I'm using MAC Prep+Prime Eye Prime in Light. I'm still on the fence about this product. I haven't used it enough, so I can't tell you what I think. It is super light, but I feel like I do need to set it with powder, or it does crease. But when I set it with powder, it's great. So I'm setting just that with a little bit of e.l.f. high definition powder. I'm not setting anything else. So as brows is really one of her main things in her look, I'm using the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow, and this is in shade 10. And I just squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use, if I can see it, I just had it out. And I'm going to use the Makeup Forever 172 eyebrow brush. Now her brows are really arched, so we're going to have to exaggerate a little bit. And for a look like this, I do love using the Aqua Brow because you can really paint with it. So I am going to go above my natural brow and really kind of make the peak sharper than my brow would be. And work the color in. Every once in a while I get a spoolie. With this, it's really good to brush your brows through. I'm also taking Anastasia brow powder in medium brown, the darker side. This is the old packaging, but it's basically the same thing. And I'm just running it on the top edge, just to kind of like really sharpen that top edge. Aqua Brow is great for putting powder products on top because it really adheres very well. So the eyeshadow is actually quite simple. I'm going to use my beautiful Marc Jacobs palette, and I'm going to use actually just the first three colors, they're matte. If you don't have it, you could use like Naked Basics, any kind of matte colors. And I'm going to start off with the lightest one. And I'm using the Inglot, what is this? 28 PO. These shadows are so buttery soft. So I'm just going to do my whole eyelid with it. I just want a nice, even, lovely base. I'm then taking the second color, and this is not an Inglot brush, this is actually an Illamasqua blending brush, and I'm just going to run that in my crease. This eye look is all about brows, liner, and lashes. So the actual eyeshadow is pretty simple. You could do this with colder tones, more, for example, like MAC's Copperplate. If you feel like you want a colder tone eye, that's completely fine too. And I'm going into the darker shade, and I'm using the tiniest, oh my gosh, the tiniest amount. But it's so pigmented, so it really does give you lots of color. And I am blending it into the crease. I'm just taking the same bigger Illamasqua blending brush and just blending. I'm not putting any more product on it. Then I'm taking, this is actually a Sephora brush. I don't have many Sephora brushes. What is it called? The Smudge brush. So it's very short and very dense. And I'm going to take that medium color, and I'm just putting that under my lash line. This just gives a little bit of a natural shadow because we're not doing pretty much anything under the lash line apart from this. So this is going to be the first time using this liner. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and it's matte. That's why I got it. I normally don't use liners like this. I'm a gel liner through and through, but I really wanted to try it. And I just did a swap with Julie's Beauty Dish. I'll put a link to her below. And this was one of the things I really wanted. So we're going to line the lash line, and don't worry about the liner being too thick. It can never be too thick in the 60s. And for people like me with hooded eyes, and quite a wet liner, you have to be careful not to like open your eyes wide, or it's going to transfer immediately. So you have to wait for it to dry before you can kind of continue. So I might as well draw the other liner to the same point while waiting for that to dry. I'm liking this. The brush is pretty good on it. Okay, we're waiting for drying. If it's myself, I do blow on the liner, but if it's for someone else, obviously I don't. I have a video on how to do a cat eye liner for a hooded eye, so I'm going to link to it here. I'm not going to talk you through every single step. If you don't have hooded eyes, you just do a normal kind of winged out outliner. If you do hooded eyes, then check out the video just here. That's probably where I want my wing to go. So just initially sketch it out. You're in no hurry at this point. Start sketching out the shape, and yeah, if you hurry a liquid liner and if you hurry a winged liner, I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be problems. So just sketch it out first, wait for it to dry, and then we're going to have a look on how we draw the hooded part in, which I'm going to do now. And then we connect it down. But yeah, for a full explanation of this technique, just check out the video I did on it. So the final shape of the liner for a hooded eye tends to look a little bit more like this than just like a normal line. And that is so that we can get the cat eyes to be visible. I'm just going to put a quick coat of mascara before we put on fake lashes so that my blonde lashes don't show through. But I'm not going to curl my lashes. This is literally, if you've got dark lashes, you don't need to do this step. This is just to camouflage them. I'm going to put on my favorite Red Cherry 43s. I also have a video on how to put on fake lashes, so you can link to it from here. So always keep the mirror below your chin. Put the middle first, and the inner corner and the outer corner. Also, it's always important to wait for the glue to be a little bit tacky before you start putting on the lashes. I like to put mascara on fake lashes because it makes them, you know, break up a bit and not be quite as perfect. And it makes them even bigger, of course. So on my waterline, I'm using the MAC Chromagraphic NC15 NW20. And I'm just doing the inside of my waterline, and I'm not going to put any mascara whatsoever on the lower lashes. It's all about the brows and kind of like the upper lash line. Then we need to conceal under the eyes. I'm going to use Illamasqua product. Oh, I was going to show you that. That is Motto. I am going to use Illamasqua's Skinbase Lift, and this is in light number 2. And I am using my MAC 224. I love this under the eyes. It's fabulous. And just go all the way to the inner corner as well. And just gently buff it in. For my blush, I'm going to use a Sleek palette, and this is in California, and it's a beautiful peachy palette. And I'm going to use this one, which is Newport Beach. I'm going to use a Real Techniques, what is this called? Stippling brush. And it is an insanely beautiful coral color. I love, 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 like love this. Can't tell you how much I love it. For powder, I'm going to use the e.l.f. High Definition powder. And I'm going to use, first I'm going to use my small inglot, what number is this? 4SS brush. I start off small and then I kind of use a bigger one where I need to. So I do under the eyes. This powder is so finely milled. I actually got this powder as a gift from one of my subscribers that came here to Paris, and she had her makeup done. I did her makeup. She was here on a girls' weekend. No, not weekend. Whole week, I think. And I did her makeup before they went to the opera, and it was such a pleasure meeting her. And then I'm just switching to a slightly bigger brush. This is the Makeup Forever 128. Doing a super, super light powder all over. It is a retro look, so you know, you don't need to go for a dewy finish, but we don't want to go completely retro in, as in it's like insanely packed on. Now for my bronzer, and just to create a little bit of warmth, I'm going to use ID Bare Minerals in Warmth. This is one of my, I don't know, all-time favorites, I guess. Actually, I'm going to use my, where is it? This is just a Christian Dior little kabuki brush. But because this is so natural And I'm gonna do my temples, my cheeks, under my jaw. For me, for my skin tone, it is one of the most natural bronzers I can use. And then I've had that, like this tiny pot I've probably had for 5 years, I guess. And there was a time when I was using it almost every day, so it does last insanely well. A little bit on the nose. And as this is a vintage look, I'm going to use a Shu Uemura Peach 42. I think it's changed its name now to something else, as a highlighter. And I'm going to use the MAC fan brush. It's a matte highlighter instead of shimmery one. So I do, you know, I want to bring out my cheekbones, but I'm going to do it in a matte way because we're going retro. Another one, great one for this would be the ambient powders in Ethereal Light. That kind of does the same thing. Right, for lips. She had tons of different lips, but they were all kind of quite neutral. So my lipstick combo that I chose for this was the Illamasqua lip pencil in Woo, as in Woo, W-O-O. And then the Lipstick Queen Nude Sinner, one of my all-time favorite lipsticks. So I'm going to line my lips. If you haven't tried the Illamasqua lip liners, they're great. I hope you didn't hear that. That was my stomach rumbling. Oh my God, it's doing it again. So I'm going to go straight in from the bullet. Just going to use, what is this? Oh, it's my Shu Uemura 6M that I normally use as a liner, but this is actually a lipstick brush. And I'm just going to blend it in. I do like putting on lipstick from the bullet and then just blend it a little bit with a brush. And so that's the look finished. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try the nose thing one more time, but I know I can't do it, so hold on. Oh my God, I had to concentrate. No, it's just my mouth. It really is just my mouth that moves. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and let me know any other iconic blondes that you might want to see, and I will see you again next time. Bye.